really super dark. But okay, we're gonna try it this way through just YouTube. Let us know if you can connect, see us, hear us, all that goodness. So anyone is connected yet. Randy said it was glitching.
Chris, maybe. Can you hear us, Chris?
Hear us, see us, I see you as far as your comment. Good. I think they can. Thanks, Tate.
Thanks, Tate.
All right.
Oh,
well,
wow.
As you can see, we're having problems with Wi-Fi. Hopefully, this will stay connected for a little bit. The lighting, the lighting is not the best. Apologize for that.
Yep.
We are in North Florida.
We're actually at White Springs.
Okay, White Springs.
So we're held up here tonight, trying to get service to go live like we do every Monday night here at 7 o'clock where we are at in the country. And we're still in Florida. So we took out this morning, about 8 o'clock, from the patch. So the cabbage patch there in Daytona, or really outside of Daytona, which is, don't get me all into the geography. I don't know. It's just down. It's the cabbage patch, which we've absolutely just loved this go around. We'll talk more about that coming up as well. But we're struggling with internet, and that's just part of being on the road. You know how it is. So you have to forgive us for not being on point with all of our cool little pop-ups of all of our sponsors and everything that we've got going on.
Yes.
So it's just pretty simple tonight.
Sometimes simple is the best. Thank you again, Tate, so much for your little super chat.
Yes.
I love that. Chris Lopez, it's good to see you on here. And Ralphie, good to see you. I'm glad that you were able to catch it tonight. Weems Motor Company, I already miss your faces. We miss you already. We, hanging out with you at the New Smyrna Speedway, it was pretty cool, and it gave us a different inside look in the pits and stuff like that.
During Sons of Speed is what we're talking about.
A lot of you guys watch, all of you guys that watch us know that we aren't into the racing stuff. So being on that side of it, it was really cool to see.
I'm totally into it. I just can't afford it.
No, I meant like we're not in, like that's not what we do.
Well, yeah. Well,
we don't ever do like the race baggers.
No.
Whatever.
But this is totally not the bagger racing.
Or the sun.
Which
we
is
don't
cool.
Do any of those racing.
Yeah, no. But what I was getting at is we've been racing our mini bikes. We've been drag racing. I've been flat tracking a little bit.
You're right.
It's totally different, but it's still racing, baby.
You have corrected me.
Oh, guys. Okay, let's get to it. If this is you have to forgive us too. We're a little like just hanging in there. Today was laundry day.
Yes.
Before I get off on all this, if you've never seen any of our videos and you don't know who the hell you're looking at, well, I'm TJ, this is Stephanie, and together we're the Ornery One. A lot of us that are watching are Ornery Asses, and this is Hank. So we are people that do motorcycle shit, and we've got a following from it, and we've become really close with a lot of people over the years due to motorcycles and what the community is and what it brings to surrounding communities. We're a 501(c), so we've done a lot of pay it forwards. We've had a lot of help in our direction over the years, and especially this last few 6-7 months here when Steph is now grappling with heart.
It's been a long, draining, emotional draining time. Yeah, we just like to do motorcycle stuff, and that's probably why you're watching our channel, is because you like motorcycle stuff also. So here we are, and we're just showcasing our life on the road, ways that we try and watch spending, ways that you know, you can upgrade your bike without breaking the bank also, things that are worth it, rallies and events that we say, yes, this is definitely one put on your list because we're going to go back again and again and again.
Right.
If it's something that you may have seen us put on our bike or attend, but then you never really heard us talk about it again, that's mainly for a reason. Our channel is not full of like review videos of like saying if this product is good or bad. We're all about showing the products that work, products that are good for us,
The place. Yeah.
rallies and events that are good, people that are good, and all
So,
that. So all that stuff is in the library.
you
And
know,
yeah,
what I was trying to get at is Steph grappling with heart failure. It's been really crazy. This whole, this is gonna be tough. Um, been super crazy this journey, this whole outing, this whole rally. Daytona Bike Week has been totally different for us because you know we are doing things different now because of what we're going through. And
yes,
usually we're on the bike, just me and Steph, cutting up the road and just running balls to the wall. So hard, fast, and heavy. You've heard us say it all the time, loaded to the hilt and running just fast, doing 500-600 miles a day. But due to what we're going through right now, you can see right now we're in the schoolie, which we have named now
Yazi.
Yazi.
We had you guys vote because we were torn between Bus 17 or Yazi. Yazi in uh,
Native American.
yeah,
So that one.
Navajo is another word for, or the meaning is little one
Little one.
or
Yeah.
small one. And so we thought that would be really fun. But then we also liked Bus 17 because this was actually bus number 17 back in the day in its you know, brand new glory days.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
like, getting to the point I was making there before we get off on all these different roads, like we always do, and wondering with our words. And we have got this 2002 Bluebird on a Ford frame, so it has a little 7.3 power stroke in it. We have a little trailer that we got from one of our ornery asses for $400 on the back. We have a Road Glide in it, and then we threw our two mini bikes in it as well. And we're traveling this way this year. So we were hoping Steph would start feeling better where I could ride the bike and then she could drive the bus, but she's still struggling with some throughout the day stuff popping up due to what she's going through in medication. And then also dealing with insurance, lack of insurance, or dropping of insurance. It seems like, or a lot of stuff just going on. Steph is on the phone or emailing or having to work the whole time. Where I've just been driving Yazi, so I've been chauffeuring Steph and Hank around.
Which
Which
I'm not gonna complain. I kind of like it.
it's you know, I want to be on my bike. This is I'm okay and this is fine. I'm getting to spend time with Steph and we're getting to really hang out and talk and we're rolling a lot slower than we used to, which is fantastic, really. And honestly, I want to ride my bike, and we have been riding, and it's been good. But this is a different way of traveling, so it's just, I guess, opening up a whole different platform. And we've been talking with a lot of people, and actually at the campground that we're at this evening, everybody around here is in campers, and you got some toy haulers out and about like that. But everybody's really gravitating toward the schoolie thing right now because it's kind of a clique right now. Like it's just one of those. I don't know if
Yeah,
it's a
and
fad or whatever it is. It's not for us. It's just like when we went to living in a tiny house.
I think
It's
it's
just
just a
we had to do it.
I think it's just a really cool thing that's becoming more not just popular, but becoming more logical to a lot of people and a lot of families too. Like we just came, well, when we came down to Florida, we actually went to a schoolie event first, and there's a lot of actual families that travel and live full time in a school bus.
Yeah,
Usually much longer one, like a normal size school bus, but this one's a short bus. But
five
um,
window.
So not just that it's a cool thing and that's becoming a thing, but it's more logical for people as far as, land prices were kind of pricey. I think that we are now seeing them slowly drop back down. But
Yeah,
anyways, it's just a
a lot of people doing it full time. I
yeah,
mean, it's how they live. So
yeah.
in this journey, we've been experiencing this. We've been experiencing our motorcycle culture, which I feel so much more comfortable at a rally or at, say, the Cabbage Patch, or if we're at Sturgis, we're at the Buffalo Chip. I feel much more comfortable there because we went to that schoolie event, and I'm not putting it down or talking down about it, but I just wasn't very comfortable there. Although I look like this, I'm a really soft-hearted guy, and we actually had a lady next door. I'm just going to talk because it's what you guys are here for. We got in the area because we don't have solar yet. I don't even know how this shit works. We got to figure that out. So we wired a bus, and we have a generator on the back, and it's a quiet one. It's the 5,000 Predator from Harbor Freight. It's not that loud. We had this lady actually come over and started yelling at us and started cussing me because she didn't get no sleep because of our generator. She was about 40 feet away from
Did
the
you
generator to her
did you mention that we were in the generator section?
generator section. So
So they do a lot of schoolies that are fully built out and people that are living in them already have like solar set up and all that.
yeah,
But at this schoolie event type thing,
I was,
you can go there and they have workshops and like Q&A hour about different topics. And one of the topics was about solar. So we want to eventually do solar. It's
what?
just we have not had the time or necessarily the money to do
Fuck
that.
no. And this lady
So
she really came unhinged at us.
yeah, what I was going to say is whenever you got there, they actually had two different sections that kind of like merged in the middle, of course. But if you run a generator all the time, you go to this one side. And if you don't, you go on to the other side. So, of course, courtesy, you're not bothering someone that's not running a generator. I don't know if she parked in the wrong spot or if something just irked her. But yeah.
Yeah, anyway, she came at us like after we did this whole like meal that they did, which was fantastic. It
Mhm.
was really cool. We had really great conversation with a lot of people. I got back and actually knew the promoters there. We sat there and ate with him. And then like we do, we got back, it was about 8:30, 8:45. The sun was going to getting dark. She came over and just absolutely laid into us. And I actually recorded some of it because I couldn't fucking believe it that this lady was cussing at me and yelling at me. We were trying to be so like, I'm sorry, but we're in the generator area. And then she kept on, and I'd already moved once up in case she wanted to pull out because apparently she couldn't back. But anyway, it just really put a really bad taste in my mouth. And then it showed a little bit of clickiness as well. And we aren't really that way. We're poor ass people out here trying to live as happy as we can and experience as much as we can while we can. And it just sucks when you take somebody like that. And I sit there and explain because she really chewed my ass about not having gas, like propane. Why don't you have solar? And I told her, I said, that's why I came here because I'm learning and I'm looking at all these vehicles and we're making a video. She was working, we're in a video that we had we had the generator break down the night before, so we were letting it run that whole day and that night so we could get the freezer back and refrigerator and all that kind of shit. But like I told her, I was like, I'm there to learn this shit. But you know what she did? She robbed that experience from us. So I just backed my ass up and went up top of the hill and we left the next morning. Uh,
Yeah. But
so it
and
just
and
sucks.
I think where was it? Kevin, you said a Karen, we all know one or 12.
Yeah.
That's true too. It doesn't matter what event you go to, it seems like there's always one in the crowd. And unfortunately it just kind of struck us wrong. But yeah, I wanted to go back and say, Eddie, thank you so much for sharing that with us. And I'm all my love goes out to you and your family. And I absolutely hate to hear that. But thank you so much for sharing that with us and your super chat there. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Ugh. So highly emotionally charged.
And thank you for signing up as a member too. I just got that notification. Thank
Thanks,
you.
dude. Welcome,
Thank you.
welcome to the Ornery Asses. We love a big ass, and you just made our ass get bigger here.
And Ralphie, you
We
said,
appreciate that
what's
so much.
Ralphie said, what's her name? I'll handle it. Unfortunately, we have no idea. She has a sunflower on the front of her. And it wasn't, okay, this.
She probably lives up there by Tate. She was from Canada.
She was from Canada.
I'm not
But
going to say anymore. I actually went over and looked at her license plate.
but she didn't, she wasn't even in a schoolie.
No.
She was in like a motorhome.
Which
like
whatever.
a RV, which is fine, but this was a schoolie event. Anyway,
so we get,
other than that, we did have a lot of fun, and we did produce a video. You guys saw the video. We left that out because, like I said, we don't want to just have a bunch of stuff on our channel that's just a bunch of negative. But
I'm already this way, so we don't.
I think they have good resources, and it's a good. I think everyone should, if you're into that schoolie, traveling on the road, nomad stuff like that. I think everyone should at least go and try something out like that once in their life or on their road, because they do have some good resources. And
yeah, but this is the deal, man.
You should try it. It may have just been our experience in the way that we were like, yeah, no, we're out. We're done. We're not going to argue.
Well, I can say this. I went down to a rally. We went in the middle of the speedway with tons of people we didn't know, thanks Weems. And nobody was ever disrespectful to us. We stayed at the Cabbage Patch. Thank you so much, JoJo and Pete and the Cabbage Patch. Thank you guys so very much. We stayed there around everybody. Not one incident, nothing. No one was rude. I mean, so you can say what you want to, whatever thing you get into. If it's remote control cars or remote control airplanes or Dungeons and Dragons or whatever it is, you know, you can get around those people that are just so fucking arrogant. And I don't think these people, and I'm not talking violence here, and I'm not meaning this physically, but I don't think they've ever get punched in the fucking nose.
Probably not.
You know, and it's just, she came at Steph so aggressive too. And of course, Steph is a lot more aggressive than I am. And I could already see it going bad. So I in the whole recording, which I showed the person I went to talk to, it was just like, ma'am, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I said, listen, why don't you move? And oh my God, it was like I kicked her dog.
Yeah, she wanted us to move to the other side of the field where there was nobody parked over there.
Well, it was sand, you get stuck, and it was on a fucking hill, 45 degrees slope.
And it was like outskirted us basically.
So we get down, we get out of there, we get down, once again, Sons of Speed. If you haven't experienced that, they're going to have one right after Tennessee Motorcycle Music Revival, right down the road. I got to find all the information because I don't know, but we got invited to come there. So we'll go to Tennessee Motorcycle Music Revival, which we have tickets on our website that you can go and buy chances to win for the raffle, which we're going to be doing that very quickly. And all the proceeds go to Steph and what she's dealing with. So that kind of goes into that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say with the raffles, I don't know if you want to go into that. We only have 1 week left for the Sturgis camping pass. So if any of your friends are talking about Sturgis, or you guys are thinking about going to Sturgis, hop on there, grab your chance. I think it's $10 a chance. Maybe it's $5 a chance. I can't honestly remember. But only 1 week left. So next Monday we will be drawing so that we will have the winner announced on our live feed Monday night.
Yeah, and this is really cool too. Like everybody that's donated and sent stuff to Steph to put on the website to raffle ways to do with her heart failure. And I'm going to be honest with you, we are so still struggling with a lot of things right now. Our goal is maybe there at Sturgis that we'll do a pay it forward, rally around the heart, and do something for somebody else because we feel so obligated and we're so thankful for all you guys. And I wanted to say, Izzy.
Yeah. Everyone's struggling with something, and everyone has shitty days. So we've always said that from the beginning.
We hanging out with Weems and all the crew there, and we go eat at Giuseppe's because they had a little gathering there, and which is a great pizza place. If you're down in Daytona or anywhere around that area, go to Giuseppe's. It's just the best. Plus, it's the best company you'll get. So we go there, and there was this dude there named Pete and his wife named Izzy, and they'd been messaging us, and she had been going through a lot of what Steph was going through, and actually times it by 10. But he and I were
Pete and TJ are basically, that caregiver, that one person, that caregiver that's also taking care of someone that often kind of overlooks their own pain and suffering and stuff. And
so we go there. They were waiting outside. There's a big line. Well, Pete comes out because JoJo, which is the owner of Safe
Giuseppe's.
thank you. I'm getting so tongue tied right now. He comes out, introduces us. They get us in really quick. We talk to Pete. We have this really great moment, and we fellowship. And what Izzy is dealing with is so bad.
It's rough.
It's so
It's rough.
tough.
And my
And
heart.
then on top of that, you got Jeff Holt, which
V Twin Visionary.
he's
That's follow V Twin.
He's a good friend of ours, and he's going through a lot of health issues as well. So
It's rough. But let's pick up the positivity. I know it's rough. It is rough. But I know I said, we both said it last month that we were tired of talking about my health shit. But then again, there's all these people that are going through the same shit or something even worse. Just like we met this week. I mean, we already knew Jeff Holt. We knew what he was going through, but then just seeing him and just hearing like face to face him and Maggie, and then meeting Pete and Izzy, and everything that Pete said was resonating with you because it was so much like you both have lived in such a hard and yeah, I absolutely hate that.
So anyway, what I was getting to is the motorcycle culture, and we get down there, and it was so uplifting and such a powerful moments for us. It was biblical and spiritual.
It was good stuff, and we're in the weirdest things of like the lowest lows. Sometimes you meet some of the best people that come out to be your best friends and very close people.
So
we actually ended up, their friend is Roger, who owns the Cabbage Patch.
Thanks,
and
Roger.
They reached out to Roger and say, hey, some of our friends are going to be going over to, from New Smyrna over to Port Orange or Daytona.
They don't have nowhere to stay.
Yeah, because we were going to just kind of wait until we got there and find a camp RV area that's kind of semi-close.
Wasn't going to happen.
Anyways, he called him up and basically set it all up, and Roger was like, yeah, tell him to come on.
Dude, and then we get there with Roger and we're hanging out, and damn, did we not have some amazing moments. And I mean, these are just moments of us just hanging out, talking about life, and really going in depth what this life means to us. So it's just crazy. And then going to Teddy's with Teddy Moore's Harley Davidson and hanging out with our sponsors, Chromeworks, the whole crew there, they just gathered up around Steph, and we went to KST, Memphis Shades, Custom Dynamic, Legend Suspension. I mean, everybody was just wanting to know how Steph was doing, and hugs all the way around, and it was uplifting and so good. And we had people come and hug on Steph, and
it was good. It was a therapy that we didn't know that we actually needed, and kind of, don't, I'm always kind of the type of person where I don't really want to talk about things. I don't want people to know certain things, because I don't want the sympathy type thing, but then again, like I said, it was therapy that you didn't know that you actually really needed. And just having like just strangers that's just watched our channel and come up and just ask how I'm doing and stuff. That was,
It was so
That was
amazing.
that was the good stuff, and I appreciate everyone that came up and said hi to us
The
while we were
dude,
at the
the dude at
picnic.
Jack, we're going through Jackson today. I was turning and merging, getting over, going through this little town because we're in y'all's are here, shorty. So we're going just a little slower and taking our time. This dude was in front of us and he gets over in a turning lane and he stops.
Like in the
And I was going down the road and I just seen a D-Watt 6.5-inch grinder in the middle of the road, and I was like, "Damn, I'd like to stop and pick that up. I'd hate to drop something." And this truck was just pulled over, pull off, and he had his head sticking out. And all I could think about was like, he's gonna say, "There's a grinder back there. Or was that yours or something?" But he didn't. He just did this right here, and he's like, give me a thumbs up. And I was like, oh shit. So I waved real fast and he messaged, and it was just somebody that follows us
yeah,
online that was
and I think his
super
name's Brandon. We'd have to look
thanks,
again, but
man.
yeah, Brandon, if you're watching this,
Super
that made
excited.
our day.
And then it clicked, well, I'm not thinking it, especially in this bus. Like,
Yeah,
we had other people too. We rolled up at the patch. I got out there and they followed us and seen us come in the bus. So they were waiting and hanging out, hoping they'd see us. We had just some amazing moments with so many people this trip, and it was so low key compared to how we used to do things.
yeah, it was
Really low
low
key.
and
It was real calm, and we had some great stops on the way down. We had some really magical moments at times. And then coming back home, I don't even really want to go home. I'm trying to find things to do. I've already found another rally that we passed that I could have just went over to for next weekend. And I found a swap meet up in Tennessee.
the only
We
thing is we do have appointments at the end of this week, and then Hank has a vet appointment also, and
so
you know,
we are we're gonna get back home, and I think the chopper is about done.
mhm.
Larry texted, and we're thinking about you, Larry, too. He hasn't been feeling very good. He's our main man, Lucky Larry, there at Pig Trail. We're gonna get over there and get our chopper. We got spring fling coming up, which we usually do some rides during that. Looks like they've already got a bunch of rides, people putting on rides. So if you're in that neck of the woods and you just want to hang out with Steph and I, see the chopper, and then maybe you and I and us can do a shakedown run on the chopper from Pig Trail over somewhere. It's going to be really
Yeah, I
low
think
key, and but it's going to be pretty cool because you're going to see me get really piss my pants excited because it's going
the
to be the
chopper.
first time I've rode the chopper in a year and a half.
Yeah,
And in that last year, it wasn't running right. And and then another thing that's going to be so exciting this year is we've got that little old bitty trailer, but I think I can do this. I can pull it off where I think if I can put the road glide in there a certain way, then I can put the chopper in there. If she's still
mhm.
not feeling good or to be able to drive or trust in her, feeling good and
I
not
could
not
trusted me. I can.
well.
I
We've
know
had
what you meant.
some.
I know what you meant. I'm just being ornery.
She's she's had some moments where she couldn't be driving. But I'm thinking about having stuff those in there, and you'll be able to see us
We'll figure it
chop it
out.
and road glide it around a little bit.
But I think that the ride that we're gonna do on the chopper from the dealership over into Eureka Springs, I will have that posted on Facebook. It will be a free ride. I'd rather have you guys spend your money in the communities and give back to the community, or if you were to pay for a ride, make sure that it goes to a good cause and not just someone's pocket. But we're gonna do a shakedown run from the dealership, and it'll be like you said, the first time
Yeah,
that you're riding
yeah,
on
and
it,
I
and
don't
like
even know the details on that. I'm not really. I know I want to say a big shout out to Rainwater Holden Saxon. We're going to be hanging out with them, and
mhm.
then the ride will probably be sponsored by them. And when I say sponsored by them, that means that they back us. So this is going to be a ride that we leave Pig Trail at their tent and just plug in there if they're real attorneys, not fucking fake attorneys that chase ambulances around trying to make money off your sorrow. That's not these people at all. We know these people, and they're good. Uh, and they don't have a fuzzy animal for a logo. So I'm just proud of who we're with.
Oh,
Yeah, so
goodness.
it'll be put on
There's no
with us
middleman. When you call them, you're actually getting a lawyer and getting a lawyer if you need it. If you need it, if you're in Arkansas, you need that motorcycle attorney,
or
that's
surrounding
them.
areas.
Or yeah, I was gonna say, or the surrounding areas. They
Tennessee.
have started branching out, and they've got offices now in Tennessee also. So that's exciting. But yeah, I will get more information on that and post it. You know,
But it should be fun. Like I said, I'm really excited. Uh, Steph, I'm not sure. I don't think she'll be riding on the back with me. I'm not sure how that's going to turn out.
I
Uh,
don't
Due
know.
to a couple of things, I don't know how she's feeling. We don't know. And another thing is too, the bike is different now, and we put some different exhaust on it, and some pegs have to be moved. And I don't think I'm going to be to that point yet. So it's really going to be me probably just hanging on with one foot off the primary and one hung over the breather and hanging on and seeing what's happening.
Yeah,
You may have to follow behind me in the trailer. I don't know. You know how the shakedown
maybe.
runs are.
It'll be fun. It'll be exciting. But I will get that on Facebook posted and then share the link on Instagram and hopefully here on YouTube also. I don't post as much on YouTube. I know it has like the capabilities of making a post, but I don't do that as often. So if you guys only follow us here on YouTube, make sure that you um, follow us, find us on Instagram and Facebook too. But so after this, we're heading home and then we've got spring fling, and that is April. And then May is going to be Tennessee. We talked a little bit about that, and those tickets are on our website too. If you want to get a chance to win those camping passes, I think it's for 2 camping passes, general passes, with I don't know if it's an RV spot or a
I think it's
tent camp.
like primitive RV,
Yes, primitive
something
camping.
like that. It's the full event pass. Also, really
Yeah.
quick, we have some Legend suspension. The front end, the performance is which I prefer. They got the comfort and performance for 2000 what 20 something to 20 something, the newer bikes like my Road Glide. But you can go in there on our website too and look at that. You can buy chances at that too. I mean, somebody's going to get a steal on this front end for their bike. I mean, I
Yeah.
know that's going to happen. And I could really, we got on the Road Glide and rode around down here for Daytona, and we had so much fun.
Mhm.
Steph did. She's doing okay. We did have a moment there where we thought if we woke up the next morning and she was still hurting, I was going to have to take her to the ER. So she was in some pain, and we dealt with that. We kind of got through it. She seems to be doing okay,
Oh,
but we had a little bit of, so we couldn't, we were going to ride more, but we backed off. And I personally could have went out and rode and goofed off, but I don't feel like leaving you
I understand
there.
that.
So I had a lot of you guys reach out and want me to do some stuff, and I just didn't feel like leaving Steph, and Steph wasn't feeling like it. So we just hung there, took a patch, and had a blast.
Yes. Yes. Um, I'm trying to think of what else to talk about. I'm kind of like, we're still kind of like, not like road weary or what is that saying? Like when you've been on the road for so long and then you're kind of like, can't
Yeah,
think and
well,
stuff like
that
that.
I know.
We just left the rally and now it's like first day getting back on the road to go back, and I'm already like, my wheels are
Well,
already spinning as far as what I
today,
need to do at the house. And today was
yeah,
laundry day also, so we didn't cover a whole lot of ground. So yeah, mentally I'm just like, okay, rally's over now. Now what?
and then we stayed at the patch. We filled the bus up with food. This is something cool that we're able to do. She's been cooking in here. We've been improving this thing. So she's been cooking our meals, and we've been eating and drinking here in the bus, which has saved us a shit ton of money. But we're getting down to the end of the rally, and we didn't stop today. Hank has a little bit of dog food left, and we got here to this campsite, and it's like a back end site, really tight. We got plugged in, and we looked at each other like, we don't have no bread, we don't have this, that, none of the other. And I was like, so we looked at the gas station up the road, which it took us 15 minutes to walk there, which was
Yeah,
good for us.
it was good for us. It was 0.6 miles away, and we were like, we'll just walk up there. It
But they didn't have no
on the
bread.
on the map, when you switch it over from driving to walking, it shows you how long, and it was like a 14-minute walk or whatever. We were like, we need it anyways. Yeah, 2 gas stations next door to each other and then a McDonald's. So we didn't really have a lot of options, but yeah, neither gas station had bread.
I just wanted my ham sandwich. I got some ham here, but the thing of it is, today we just took out. We need to get some provisions in the bus.
Mhm.
That's something that we're just absolutely loving, and it's really cool to be able to have Hank with us here. It's been pretty comfortable. There's some more things that we need to change. We need to show some progress and show you guys what we've been doing on the bus because it's pretty cool.
Yes.
And then when we get back home, I'm also going to catch everybody up on the chopper or get back over the pig trail. And that's what I'll probably be doing when we get back. We got a few things we have to take care of right when we get back
Yeah, as far as
immediately.
the schoolie though, we have recorded a lot on the school bus as far as us tearing it apart, redoing it from last fall to now. It's just you guys know that in November everything just hit the wall with hit the fan
Shit hit the fan
with
or
my
the
health
rug.
and all that stuff. So we didn't get to do any of the content. I have the content and I do want to make that video and kind of show you guys kind of what we did, um, how we went about it,
I
what we
gotta
still
say,
have to do, of
oh,
course.
we
You know,
did paint it, and you did an amazing
yeah,
job.
I did.
Got
Yep.
out there and helped her, and that really helped her get her mind off of what's going on. But our paint job, honestly, we got out here on the road, and it's on point.
I'm pretty
It really,
impressed with it,
it's not
guys.
bad.
Um,
We've had
And
a
if you guys
shit
are
ton of people
interested
know
in
it too. Oh, sorry.
painting your school bus or yeah, anything, we're now thinking about painting the trailer to kind of match it and do some type of design on both or something. But
I th-
yeah, it was actually easier than I thought it would be. But we did do a lot of research and we found the type of paint we should use, the paint sprayer, paint gun, hardener, and diluted it, of course, with some paint thinner. So
which I
I'm pretty impressed.
yeah, I mean, I really am done fabrication for years and throw some primer on something, throw some black on it. But this, we were really trying. So, I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, she's got it all stripped down. We did all the sanding, we did all the primer, and we did it to what the best we could do.
yeah, that was what a
Took
lot of
forever.
people said would take the longest, and it sure did. Was sanding it, taping it up, not so much. Sanding it was, and getting it to that surface where we could paint and it stick.
It's far from
So
perfect, but pretty perfect for us.
it's pretty awesome. I'm so glad that it's not school bus yellow anymore.
Yeah, and then
Like we actually look like a legit schoolie, not school bus that someone's just
it's kind of like that old bike you got. It's like your old bike. You're like, yeah, it's pretty cool, and you get it out, and people, they
yeah,
want to stop and talk about it. We pull out a gas station. We pull in here. Like people right here walking right now, and they're walking by and just staring at it. It's just like that old cool bike.
mhm,
It's got a mystiqueness to it that you kind of want to know what it looks like inside, what it sounds like. So I don't know, guys. It's pretty
yeah,
cool. If you guys are thinking about doing something like this, the videos and the information that we have on it, and the things that we have learned is information that's worth knowing. And what we still need to learn is a shit ton. If you guys know anybody that has solar, that they ran solar, or the company, or all
yeah,
that, we're gonna have to start figuring this shit out because we do know now. I thought solar was like, okay, but now I like it because I don't want to hear a generator run all the time
right,
either, and it'd be nice
right,
to be able to watch some TV and have the refrigerator make sure it's cooled off and maybe run something else a little bit, computer and
yes,
internet, the hot spot. But we're learning. That's one thing I gotta say. We ain't scared to fucking learn.
no,
If you
we'll
can
get
just
our
get my
hands
lazy ass
dirty and
doing
look. Yeah, but yeah, is there anything else that you should mention?
it. No, I don't want to paint your bike.
Ralphie.
I don't know. Go over some comments.
Oh, Rebecca and Checker Pass, Becca and Jeff said, sorry we're late. We were out for a ride. Actually, the weather, from what I'm looking at back home is super nice. So I don't blame you. Get out there and ride. Our weather in Florida has been
Let's see.
really nice. It hasn't been super hot.
Where we're at right now, it's 55 degrees, and at home, it's 64 degrees.
Yeah, you guys.
But they had a tornado down here, and there's been tornado, which
Yeah.
That's been on our mind as well. I hope everybody's okay, and I know it changes everything once you go through something like that. So, really thinking about that as well.
Ralphie said it's 77 in Tulsa.
77 in Tulsa. Well, all you guys got us totally beaten. Here we are in the
Here we are
state
in
that charges
Florida.
you for sun.
I know.
Oh my gosh, 55 degrees. Feels like 47 outside where we're at.
Ralphie said 83 for tomorrow.
Here it'll be 73 at home. It'll be 76. So, that's the thing though, man. It's so weird. I always watch the weather. I mean, I'm doing a forecast update all the time, aren't I?
I rarely look at the weather.
I'm always watching the weather, and now we're in the schoolie, which I watch it.
I don't watch the news either.
I don't fucking watch the news, man. So, I got a cool little reel that Steph will put out here in a little bit. It's crazy shit, man. Like, we were running down the road on the bike, coming back for Teddy's, going to the patch, and a semi was on the side of the road burning. I mean, it was so
like
damn
engulfed,
hot. Yeah.
Engulfed in flames.
And it just blew my mind too. These people in their cars were going by just right up next to it. It got 3 lanes you could have got over, and they just drove past it. I got way over there. You could feel the heat, and I was like, man, that thing's gonna blow here in a minute. And as we got past it, I recorded it. And then when we got past it, I looked back in the mirror and kind of looked back, and you see the rear tires blow. Boom! It's fucking
crazy.
One of the hottest, craziest fires I've seen on the side of the road. I'm sure there's been a lot, but that thing was, somebody had a really bad day.
That was the first time we've been up that close to an automobile on fire on the side of a road. I'm sure it happens a lot. But
semi, I've seen a car on fire, but
yeah,
not a semi. But anyway, I got it on there. We'll turn that out, and which we should have already. We've been kind of dealing with the internet as well. Internet's always spotty when you get in a big crowd, and we're struggling there. And in here, we've been struggling as well, as you guys can see.
Yeah, it's like on the road. We usually run interstates, but sometimes we don't. So those times that we were like, yeah, let's go the back roads, or let's take a little bit longer, scenic way. Then we're in like a rural area that has like no service and 2 gas stations.
Which, I'll be honest with you,
no bread.
I'm getting to where I'm liking those stops that you find online. Where they call that one that we got to look at the bayou there or the swamp.
Oh,
what's that called?
So I've been using this app called Hip Camp.
Hip Camp. Pretty cool.
And it's kind of like Airbnb, but for your yard, for tents, or if you have like hookups for an RV or a bus or something like that. It's called Hip Camp. Really like that. It seems like it's a lot cheaper versus like your modern day RV sites that are right off the interstate, or even the KOA app. I liked it. We stayed at one KOA on
First
the way
time
down.
ever.
And I really liked it. Don't get me wrong.
Cool.
I absolutely loved it because it was, although it was more like a franchise and mainstream, it had designated areas. It had a dog park that was fenced in, nice shower house. Laundry was there. Everything, all the amenities that you need were at this KOA. And I don't know if all KOAs are like that or not, but this one was, I mean, it was 10 out of 10. I would definitely stay there again if I was going through that same area.
On the other side of that, we stayed at the what camp again?
Hip Camp.
Hip Camp. And this dude
one from that website.
This dude has some land, and he put some power spots out there in a water hose, and you come in and pay like $25. We got there. He's super cool. He showed us the place to park. We parked, and me and him got talking, hanging out, like telling me about his land, how long they've been there. Just a great guy. Paul was his name. And he's walking away, and turns around and goes, hey, take your wife and your pup and go over across the road in that bayou, which is kind of swampish area, bayou looking. He says, that's all. I got 2 acres there, and it has a dock out there. Sun's fixing to go down. Y'all go out there. Nobody was there. I mean, y'all may have seen a little bit on our story. Walked out there on there. It was amazing. It was perfect. It was, man, it was like, all I could hear was, Have y'all ever
You could
watched
hear
the
every.
movie Hurricane on the Bayou? Go watch that. It's about Katrina, and it's this whole documentary about New Orleans and the swamp and how we're losing it. And
Mhm.
anyway,
It was cool. But yeah, that sitting out on the pier and just watching it was so peaceful. We definitely needed that. Watching the sunset. And then in the back of my mind, all I can imagine is like a gator coming up and eating Hank.
well, I had my feet dangling off, and we're here, all the frogs and these cranes and all this other shit, and then we seen it like jerk in the water, and I was like, oh hell, get my damn toes up out there before I get in the gator alligator mouth.
Yeah.
Gator bait. But that's another thing we've just really enjoyed. The usually on the bike, we run so damn fast. I mean, we'll just roll in anywhere, and it has to be kind of a motel or something that you just don't want to stay in. And
just to sleep for a couple hours and get back on the bike, and that's how we felt. We felt more comfortable on our bike instead of in a lot of these hotel motels. But in this, I don't know. Maybe we're getting to be those older folks and snowbirds that
seriously. But I mean, we got to roll with the punches, guys. I guess we're evolving or devolving or I don't know.
I never gave shit to people who trailered their bike to rallies
unless they give me shit.
And I kind of see why, because sometimes if you have the opportunity, why not?
Oh, I still want to be on my bike.
Because we don't have a point to prove. We don't have,
But I got to tell you what, I've learned a whole lot. And the riding's it's far from over. This is just something that we're going to do. But I'm proud of my bike, and I've loved everything about my bike and getting out there and riding it and everything that we've got set up, man.
Oh yeah, it's comfortable,
perfect,
and it feels and like this.
It's more comfortable riding in this bus.
This trip
my
down
bike
there
is so much more comfortable.
Once we got on the bike and got my helmet on, and it was
yeah, man.
It felt good to be back on the bike, and
I just want to roll up, get gas, put the gas hose in, fill it up, take off again. Put a hose down, a piece of the hose. Don't even get off my bike, man. I just don't. I just love it so much.
You keep that in your saddlebag. A hose and a funnel.
I think about just put a hose down. Say, well, you got something leaking? So yeah, gas overflow, baby. Yeah. So anyway, guys, that's pretty much what we've got going on, and just been a different rally. Tonight this is kind of my mood. This is real life shit. We're not fake ass, and we're real. And this is our real life. This is true shit.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
That's it.
And with that, I'm ready to go eat my Sour Patch Kids from my friend Brandy, and drink my Dr. Pepper and watch some TV and go sleep.
Watch some Office. Okay, let me get into character. Let's go from TJ to the Ornery One. Guys,
take it in.
Yeah, here we go. You don't even know, do you? Like, we go out and people are like, is there a difference between the Ornery One and TJ? And absolutely there is, because we're out at a rally. Not that I see it that much, but when we're at a rally and we're working and we're doing emceeing and we're doing all that stuff, you'll see me go into that promoting, and I love promoting. I love being that guy and emceeing. But then you got us. So it's pretty cool. You guys that follow us so long and have been part of our life, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But these are real moments, in life, and we keep sharing them with everybody. And there's just, it's kind of weird. It's kind of cool. But like I said,
clawing at me down here. I'm sorry.
Oh, Hank.
He's wanting back up here.
We do want to tell you guys, each and every one of you guys, thank you so much for rallying around stuff, being that positiveness that we need to hear, that good voice, the good calming, the love, everything, the LOVE, baby. That's what we need, and that's what we give out. So we just keep on doing that and doing what we do, and just hope and pray that everything works out for everyone that comes in contact with us, and everybody that has said their hardships to me. I'm thinking about you.
Let's see.
Our thoughts
Sweet
are with you.
Gypsy, Angel, Angie, Sue. You've added to your name there. Sweet Gypsy, Angel, Angie, Sue. Time has changed. The time change has really messed us up also. Whatever that was a couple nights ago, and then trying to get back of like now we're maybe you changed your name. I don't remember it being all that long.
Sweet Gypsy Angel.
I thought it was just
Angie's.
Gypsy
I don't
Angel.
know, man, but I love it.
I don't know.
I love
Anyways,
it.
yeah, time change is definitely taking a toll on me, and now crossing over time zones again on the way back
I don't think
is
it's
kind of weird.
changed.
I thought it was just Gypsy Angel or
I think that's
something.
just how we're just taking the time to really do
Sweet
it up.
Gypsy Angel, Angie, Sue. There,
I,
I did it.
uh, it's like my name is Thomas No Thompson Jr. And then like Steph's, we say her name. It's Stephanie Ann. So we call her SA. What's up, SA?
Well, you have to. You forgot your whole initial thing.
I know.
That's why that even came
So
about.
my real initials are TNT.
And so then we were talking about initials one day, and so mine are SA. You know, like SA. You know, underly.
It's just in fun, y'all.
Oh goodness.
Get off on names.
I think we got started on that watching Spider-Man or something like that. And her name was her abbreviation
MJ.
was MJ.
MJ.
And so I was like, that's so cool. I wonder what mine would be. It would be SA.
Yeah. Well, it's like everybody that we know in here, like everybody's got their names, right? And I shorten everybody's name. It takes me 2 years to know your name. And I'm just that way. Yeah. I get a cool kick because if I'll take the time.
Chad is Chris. And you know who I'm talking about.
If I slow down, so I'm dyslexic, right? And ADD. And it depends on like if I've drunk Mountain Dew, like the sugar and stuff almost calms me down. I don't know, it's so weird, but it depends on what I've ate that day or my moods and all this. I can slow down and I can read better. But then I get to talking, and then if I look down, I mix things up. So not only the letters mix up, but I'll take the sweet and put it with Refalco. So it may be sweet Refalco. So I have to.
Sweet Ralphie.
So
Sweet Ralphie.
I will combine things and turn them backwards, and then it comes out in my head. It's just so messed up, and that's why we have to be very careful if I read anything, because more than likely I'm going to just absolutely screw it up. Yeah. And then if I focus so hard on reading, then you're thinking, what the hell's wrong with this guy?
I still screw things up. Like in my mind, I know what I'm going to say, but whenever I say it, it comes out backwards.
Well,
and it's just a word or two. Just like we were walking back from the gas station and we crossed over this pond area, and there were some huge snail shells out there. And I was like, oh my gosh, and they were all empty. Well, then I picked up one and it was still alive. Or it looked like he was still alive, but anyways, I went to put him over at the water, and instead of at the water edge, I put him in the edge. I put him at the edge water.
Which you've done it after you had your brain surgery.
Yeah,
it's really, but it's no. It sounds right to me.
A lot of you guys probably don't know it because I edit really good.
Well, but it was really cool too, because if she goes fishing, if she gets a nibble, she'll fish the hole out. I mean, you'll be there all day. If she goes to Goodwill and finds one good thing, you'll have to go through the whole store. So she's like, really? So we found this one big snail.
I think that's normal though.
Oh, not for me, but this one big snail shell, right? And I was like, oh, this is cool. And as we came back, and then this is like government stuff. You can't take shit away, I'm sure.
Is that the
here she
Department
goes,
of Agriculture?
She's going through getting all these shells, like picking them up. And I was like, they're fucking everywhere. I'm like, oh. So I was like, whatever. I don't care. I'll just stay and watch. And then she was getting so excited, and then found one that I think was dead, but it was still in there. She runs down to the water, squats down, puts it out in the water, you know, and I'm like standing around like any moment. And the sheriff's station is right there. I'm like, these dudes are going to roll up, pull their pistols out, and like, put everything you got down and walk away.
Which I don't know if it's everywhere. I'm sure it is, but like growing up in the national park and on the National Buffalo River and stuff like that, you can't take anything off the government property. Yeah, but anyways, Jeff, you had said buy my first motorcycle this week, though it is used. Gotta learn somehow. I am deciding on a 2010 Honda Starline. State Line or Kawasaki Vulcan 900. Which do you all which do you all think would be the perfect for a 6'5" first timer?
6'5", a custom bike. Jesus Christ, dude.
um
6'5".
we've had
Oh
Hondas
hell.
and
Yeah, but I'm at my best 6 foot. Throw another 5 inches and another, I don't know, I'll weigh like 198 pounds. And then your arm length, like I bet you can shoot a hell of a bow. Um, uh, you know, let other people, I mean, it's a great question. I personally would go ride the bike and just see what it feels like to me. I've never rode a Vulcan. Um, I've rode a Honda Shadow for years. My first bike was a
Kawasaki.
Kawasaki,
Suzuki.
the
It
Suzuki.
was a Suzuki.
That's right, GLS 850. So I would just go find that bike that's right for you. Whatever, get your ass down the road and you like it, and it makes you go, mm-hmm. That's what I would do. Of course, look at the mileage and then do your research. They all have their little quirks, all years, all bikes. They all make a good year. And a certain bike that year that's great, and then they have courts that are something that ain't worth a shit. So just the internet's great. Use it for that, and make sure you get a good deal. There's a million bikes out there. You don't have to decide on one immediately. Find a good sweet deal, especially your first bike, because shit happens. Make sure that you just find the one that's right for you, and you get a good deal, and it's a good deal. So it's hard to tell you, really. Depends on what kind of riding style you're going to do, like long distance, short, like just city jamming. There's a lot that goes into that question. But first of all, good bike, good deal, walk away, go find another one. That's it. You shouldn't have to give a fortune for a used bike, nor should we for a new one, but we do. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're 6'5". You're going to need something you can stretch out. You're going to need some road. You're going to need some pegs out there somewhere to get you stretched out. And then you're going to probably have to do some bars as well, because you're going to be all hemmed up like this. And yeah, so be prepared, because when you get it, you're going to want to start making changes to it. And that's why I say make it a good deal. And also, another good thought as well is on that bike, make sure you can get some mods, aftermarket products, or be able to change it with you how you like to tailor and fit you, because there's some of those bikes out there you can't get shit for.
Or if it's a bike that you're just wanting to, like you said, got to learn somehow,
That's it.
do what you can, and then be like, yeah, I
Cheap.
need something bigger. I need something that has forward controls. I need something that has, that fits you a little bit better once you get familiar with, of course, riding and
Yep.
all this stuff.
Yep. 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 That's what I'd do, man.
Yeah.
I'd get it cheap right now. Yeah. Great
Okay.
question. I like that. What's Tipton say?
Recently purchased a KLR 650. Would like to take it down to Arkansas and hit some of the back roads that you took to Pan America on.
Yeah. Yeah, and I have a shit ton of footage that, as things progressed, that Steph wasn't able to get out with the Pan America. And, that was my first time to really hit those back roads on something like that. I had a blast. Actually loved it so much. Had some starting issues that I didn't really trust it to get too far out, but I think they got those worked through. But eventually, like this winter, I had to give that Pan America back over to Pickrell because it was
Yeah,
theirs.
it was just the
It was
dealerships, and
just
they
a
let
loaner.
us, loan it to us for the fall.
But we have
And
so much cool content and me learning how to ride on there and all this stuff that maybe
it was
whenever
fun.
we can, Steph can get those videos out. Although it's to the past, uh, yeah, that'd be a great bike to come down, or when we get back home, come there. I say come home now, but yeah, get up there in Arkansas. And I know some badass dirt roads around there. But they're our home dirt roads that we grew up on drinking beer, dirt road. So
I
it's
can get to the next
We can go
I can
a
get to the
long
next 2 towns
ways.
on back road.
we can go from our house to almost Fayetteville on back roads, which is a haul. And I mean, it'll take you all day to run the stuff that we do. You have to have tanks of gas ready, or we were able to run out to where we can hit some gas stations.
Yeah.
And I've often thought about doing some rides like that, but honestly, I don't know how I'd feel about that because I'm not even comfortable with some of the shit that I run across with the back roads, and that's what I was trying to do, and that's what I'd pitched the pig trail. But unfortunately, that just didn't pan out for me. Get it?
Bam. All right, guys. It is almost 1 hour in, and my dog has to go out and go to the bathroom.
This dog does too.
Yeah. So
So
I do want to say that I really appreciate each and every one of you guys. This is being the first rally of the year and the first rally that I'm really kind of back on the road from all this, shenanigans and shit, but the bad shenanigans. But I really appreciate everyone texting and calling and checking in. Everyone that was down there in Daytona that came up and said hi. It really made our day, and we really appreciate it.
we want to say thanks to all our sponsors. We'd be shot in the foot if we didn't have you guys. And then break it down to all you Ornery ass members. You keep us on the road and you keep us doing what we want. Don't ever be afraid to reach out to our sponsors and tell them how wonderful we are and tell them thank you for supporting us. Reach out to them and tell them. If you're running that custom dynamic light, reach out and tell them. Legend Suspension, KST Bars, Chromeworks, Memphis Shades. We can go on as our insurance lady there. She's so wonderful. Baxter Insurance, Joanne. Thank you so much. Reach out to Pig Trail and shake them a little bit and say, hey, we want to see more of that Ornery One on there, which will be back on there soon. But all that stuff that you guys do for us and you have done for us and you continue to do for us, it really adds up a lot and it helps us get through the night. And I want to say thank you guys for coming on this live stream with us this Monday.
And also hanging in with us for the Wi-Fi issues.
Yeah,
part
of it.
Yeah, when we're back home, it doesn't happen as often, but it seems like when we're on the road, something which was kind of weird because we got logged into the RV's Wi-Fi and it worked great, and then it just came up and said disconnected.
I think everybody started coming in and getting on it.
Oh, maybe so.
Yeah, I see people rolling in from work. So
yeah.
Okay, guys, we'll stop chatting about. We want to say thank you guys so very much for everything you do for us. Thanks for tuning in and chiming in. And Hank, give them a little kiss goodbye.
Say I love you all.
There it is. All right, guys. We'll see you guys next week. Same time. We'll be in the Ozarks, so Central Standard Time. They're at home in the Ozarks. We'll see you Monday.
And we're going to be drawing for the winner for the Sturgis. Sorry. That's the Dr. Pepper. Sturgis Buffalo Chip Camping Pass for, of course, Sturgis 2025. We're going to be drawing that name for the winner. And there's a few spots left. So get on there and grab them.
Yeah, we'll be making some posts about everything that we have on there, the raffle away as well. The orneryone.com, which we re-up some merch so you can go get you some shirts. All that shit that you buy off there keeps the gas in the tank and keeps this dog fed.
He's already licking his lips. He's hungry.
Feed me. All right, guys, we're going to hop off here until I see you on here again or somewhere down the road. You guys stay on it. We love you so very, very much.
Bye.
Bing.